Hey, welcome to 209coach.com. I want to do a video for you today in regards to avoid drifting or avoid lunging in your swing. And it's important to understand that now in the modern era of baseball and softball, pitchers' velocity is increasing tremendously. It's not uncommon to see a high school player in baseball throw high 90s, to mid-high 90s. In college, even MLB especially, you see players consistently throwing over 100 miles per hour. So in order for a player to be able to catch up to these pitching, you have to simplify your swing. You have to learn to stay back and wait on these pitches or you're going to get fooled and you're not going to be able to hit the ball as effectively as if you were to stay back. Okay, lunging and drifting forward is really a swing killer. And I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to give you two different models. The first one's going to be a player who lunges, a player who drifts forward, and I'm going to explain to you why it's not good to do this. And I'm hoping that this video will give you kind of a tutorial if you tend to lunge and not stay back. Now, the first thing I want to do here is do this. I want to just draw a line here in front of this player right here. Now, watch what he's doing here. As he starts to get into his swing right here, he starts to get into the gather, and instead of staying back like the modern player does, he starts to kind of drift, lunge, lunge, lunge. So as he gets into his toe touch, heel plant, notice what's going on right here. Now you can see here it's very obvious that his head has moved forward pretty much a whole head in front of where he started, all right? Again, look at where he starts. And again, look where he is as he starts to get into his toe touch right here. Now, this move right here, if you think about it logically, what you're basically doing, if somebody's throwing just say 100 miles per hour, you're basically letting your body, you're allowing your body to kind of move towards the ball. Therefore, the impression is that you're going to actually see the ball coming at you faster than it really is by not being able to stay back. Now, another thing that occurs when players lunge forward like this, now watch what happens. This is very common because of all the momentum going into your front leg, into your heel plant. The body will naturally kind of have a drop of the hands. Notice how much his hands are dropping right here. Now you can see right here where his knob is. Okay, his knob right now is kind of pointing. Oh, let me just get rid of this little thing right here. His knob is pointing right now in this direction right here. Okay. Now what you see more so in the modern player is at this stage of the swing, the knob will be higher and it will be already pointing in kind of in this manner, therefore giving you much quicker bat speed back here much sooner, okay? Where what this player is doing right here, watch what he's doing right here. As he starts to get into his swing right here, he starts to move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward, gets into the heel plant, the hands drop, and it's not till literally way down here that you start to see the bat kind of looping into the bat speed where he's able to get early and quick bat speed. You see this right here? Again, most players get this little motion right here much quicker and behind them. Therefore, acceleration of the bat much sooner. Now, another thing that's going on right here is this. You can see here. Now, watch how he starts right here. And this is really important right here because if you don't want to lunge, if you don't want to drift forward too much, it's important to understand that you have to let your lower body, your pelvis, your hips and everything work correctly. As he starts to get into his swing right here, as he starts to go forward right here, watch what happens right here as he gets into his toe touch right here. You can see it's very obvious. If I go from one side of the belt to the other, you can see that it's been pretty much the belt is stayed horizontal pretty much throughout the whole swing. Now, what you see more so in the modern player is where when they're swinging or when they get forward, they stay back like this, and by the time they get to toe touch, they kind of have more of an angle like this. This allows them to stay back. It allows you to wait on the ball, and therefore you will not be lunging or drifting forward. Again, I'm going to just show you this one more time, and I'm going to give you a model of the way I believe that it should be applied in order to make you a better player. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough, that when you do not stay back, you're going to end up lunging forward. Your head's going to move a full head forward, therefore giving you the impression of the pitch coming in even faster. Your hands are going to drop, and your bat speed is going to be much later than a player who stays back. Now, let me give you a player that does it correctly. All right, so here's Juan Soto, and if you follow baseball, you know he's one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. The player I just showed you previously was Joey Gallo. I think his lifetime batting average is like 193. Very athletic guy Joey is, but he's just his mechanics and his lunging and everything. It's just so difficult to see the ball and hit at a high average doing what he does. Now here again, like I just mentioned, we have Juan Soto, and watch what he does. Now watch what he does. As he starts to get into his swing, notice how immediately he lets his back pocket work towards the pitcher. Notice the tilt, okay? Notice the tilt right here that he immediately establishes in his swing right here from one end of his belt to the other. Everything is kind of pointing at a 45-degree angle, not horizontal. Okay, now again, this is real important to understand. Notice how he's going to stay back as he starts to get into his swing. So right here, this is where he starts. And watch how he stays back. Notice how what's going on. The back pocket's working back towards the pitcher, rotating towards the pitcher. The back elbow starts to work back and behind him. And if you follow my videos, you know I talk about this all the time, about letting the back pocket work towards the pitcher. Simultaneously, the back elbow works back and behind him. Now watch what what Juan Soto does here. As he gets about 100% of his weight on his back leg, notice what he does here. He is not lunging. He's not drifting. All he's doing is hovering that front leg forward to toe touch. Therefore, it would be equivalent of, just say, for example, you're playing catch with someone and they're throwing a 100-mile-per-hour fastball right at you. You would never lunge your head forward to catch the ball. You would stay back and wait on it, therefore allowing you to see the ball better, allowing you to have better timing, and allowing you to use your body more efficiently and effectively. Now watch what he does here. As he gets into his toe touch right here, notice with the angles of his belt right here, you can see it's very obvious that his belt buckle right now is pointing again in this direction, where you saw with the earlier player, Joey, he had more of a vertical. Of a horizontal action going on with his belt buckle. If you apply right here what Juan Soto's doing with this kind of tilting, okay, this tilting of the pelvis, okay, in other words, you're tilting it going up. I can't emphasize this enough. You want 100% of your weight on your back leg, and as you're moving forward, feel like your body is kind of working in this manner, okay, this manner. This will help you to stay back. It'll allow you not to lunge. It'll allow you not to drift. Now watch what he does right here. Again, just like I just mentioned to you, and this is really important, if you do not want to drift, if you do not want to lunge, and you want to stay back, use your body effectively. Now, when I do online video analysis, I've had so many of my students, and when I work with people and students that lunge, and then once I fix it, they're able to see the ball so much better, hit with so much better average and with slugging percentage, because now they're not lunging, they're using their body more effectively, and I'm telling you, this technique of hitting works so well. Again, watch what happens here as he starts to hover the front leg forward. Now watch what he does right here. Watch how the bat, immediately you can see right here how everything is starting to work. His knob is pointing in this manner. Okay, that means that everything is working again very, very quickly back here, back here immediately. Everything, the bat speed, it starts to accelerate very quickly. Okay, this is so important because again, just like you saw with the prior player, everything was working more down here, much over here, much later. Okay, this is not something you want in your swing. So again, watch what's going on right here. Just like I just said, he stays back and just hovers the front leg forward. Now notice how quickly the knob immediately starts to work upward the knob instead of working downward, therefore giving you tremendous bat speed very quickly. Now again, if you are lunging, what I would highly recommend for you to do is feel like the back pocket is coiling towards the pitcher. Feel like your body is literally working in this manner like this, okay? And again, This is so important as well. Do not hit off a heel plant. Do not hit off a heel plant. That will cause you to lunge. Just hover your front leg forward. Once you get to toe touch, I want you to feel like someone's literally thrusting you right here. And if that's occurring, let your torso work back in this manner right here. Now watch what's going on right here. Pay attention to the back of the pelvis, or where the back of the build is right there by Juan Soto. Notice this move right here. See that move right here? How everything kind of works forward. But as he does this, notice how his torso starts to tilt back. So right now what you have here, his torso is working again towards the catcher, and his hips are kind of being thrusted in this manner. These two actions of the hip or the pelvis working, and again, I cannot emphasize it enough, in this manner, as your torso is working in this manner, it's going to give you tremendous bat speed, and it's going to be so quick. It's going to allow you to hit against elite pitching much better than lunging, okay? So again, once you do that, I would highly recommend just to kind of get the toe touch and feel that hip thrust with the torso tilt. And it's crucial that you continue to apply the pullback. And when you're applying the pullback, keep your hands back. And again, you want to get that knob to be working upward immediately. Therefore, you'll start to get a really nice bat speed back here, okay, immediately. Now again, just like I just mentioned to you, when you lunge, the ball's going to appear like it's coming at you even faster than it really is. You're going to land on your heel plant. Therefore, your hands are going to drop right here. Look where his bat is pointing. The knob is pointing down. Well, you saw earlier with Juan Soto, it was already pointing upward. Watch how late his bat speed is right down here. It's so late in his swing because of the lunge. His head is moving forward, and his bat, everything is not working correctly. Notice how, again, just like I just mentioned to you, there is no upward thrust of the hips. At this stage of the swing, Juan Soto, his hips were literally this way, and at this stage of the swing, Juan Soto's torso was pointing literally almost like this. Look at the difference between this torso, and if you look at Juan Soto, go back and look at it, it was almost pointing in this manner. So basically what you had Juan Soto with his hips like this and his torso like this. Look at the difference. You have this and this compared to what Juan Soto had. Plus, he wasn't lunging, and he wasn't having to lunge for the ball. He was waiting for the ball. So my suggestion to all of you out there is watch this video over and over. And again, do not lunge. Do that hip thrust. Do the hip thrust with a torso tilt. Again, don't let your head drift in front of that line, and I promise you it's going to help you tremendously. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.